Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Books, Guys, and Purrs. My name's Leslie, and it's that time of the year. It is Native American History Month. Last year, I don't know what got into me. I don't know if I had a ton of sugar or caffeine, but I put out a video like probably about on average one video a week for Native American History Month. This year, I'm a little bit crammed for time, so I'm just putting out this one. But if you're interested in deep diving into maybe some options, not just for this month, but just all year long, feel free to check out the playlist I do have available, and it's going to be in the description as well. So, I am going to start with music. There's a really great, like, punk rock band, and they kind of sound more, at least for me, because of my age demographic, feels more like late 90s, early 2000s punk rock. The band is called the Carrion Crawlers, and they are from the Pine Ridge Reservation. And I've definitely been enjoying them, especially in the morning when I don't want to get up. I don't want to get in the car. Don't want to go to my job. I'm like blasting them. And so feel free to check them out. Yeah, I'm just enjoying them. Secondly, media. Media, there is a great YouTube channel called Crash Course, and they do have not just short little snack bites of information, but also long form as well. For instance, Lily Gladstone had a segment that's just under 14 minutes where she talks about the history of indigenous women, among other creatives. Um, Beyond many different media forms. For instance, talking about native languages, territory, kingdoms, states, or nations, magical realism. There's just a lot that's going on that I really appreciate about that particular site and what they highlight. And so, if you either want to deep dive, feel free to start on Crash Course, or you could even contribute to their Patreon because that's really what helps them keep going. There's also a YouTube channel, Native News Online, that for me, selfishly, is really important. I'm in the States, and there's all these very negative actions being implemented from the top. And unfortunately, the first people that are genuinely going to feel the impact, the negative impact of these actions, are the indigenous community. And so it's just important to also stay informed. There's a lot of misinformation, a lot of othering of people, scapegoating. And so, yeah, we need to do the work to try to actively combat that. But again, uh, there's so many different things that people go through. Not everyone has the time. So that's something else that I'm really considering while putting this together is maybe you're driving to work, and that's the time that you have. So then you could also listen to native news online. Um, so hopefully that feels a little bit more like accessible in terms of how you're able to have access to knowledge. Um, Also, actually, Native News Online did a great interview with Julian Brave Noise Cat, which is how I found out about his book. I did see that he had his documentary that came out that was well received. Excuse me, that was floating around like Instagram. I still haven't seen it yet. I don't think I'm ready. I know what it's about. It's gonna take me a minute, but it was well received, and it is from that experience that he decided to write "We Survived the Night." I believe this is like memoir-esque, and so I'm just going to read the inside to you. Julian Brave Noise Cat's childhood was rich with culture and contradictions. When his father, that is indigenous, um, is really like absent in his life, and it's actually his non-native mother that really cared and instilled in him like a love of his culture, since he wasn't able to have access to that through his father. I mean, his mom would bead these outfits for him and also drive him far distances so that he could actually spend time with his cultural community. Um, and I just thought that was really beautiful, like what lengths she went to as a mother to help fill that gap. And even on the inside, it says, "For my mother who showed me how." And I just thought that was really beautiful. So, yes, it had a really great interview. There's also one, I'm trying not to really promote other things that are not native in this video, but there's also a really great interview with him on PBS NewsHour that was also really great. But it really is the interview that he had on Native News Online that captured my attention and had me get up and go get his book. I just thought, yeah, I think I need this. I think I need this now. So feel free to check that out. There's also a book that's been on my shelf for a while. I am going to read this like next year. And I don't know if I've discussed it before. It's called Highway of Tears, a true story of racism, indifference, and the pursuit of justice for missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. Um, and on the back it says, for decades, Indigenous women and girls in northwestern British Columbia have gone missing or been found murdered along an isolated stretch of highway known as the Highway of Tears. Journalist Jessica McDermott investigates the devastating effects these tragedies have had on the families of the victims and their communities, and how systemic racism and indifference have created a climate in which Indigenous women and girls are overpoliced yet unprotected. Highway of Tears is a piercing exploration of our ongoing failure to provide justice for the victims and a testament to their families and communities' unwavering determination to find it. So, those are a memoir, a journalistic piece, and lastly, we step into fiction, horror, and that's Moon of the Crusted Snow. Um, and I picked this up, and I know the author already has a sequel, but I haven't read either one. But I mean, it's pretty thin, so I feel like I'll be able to like uh, blast through this kind of quickly. And on the inside, it says, "With winter looming, a small northern Anishinaabe community goes dark, cut off from power and communication with no foreseeable resolution. Only very few residents truly realize the community's shortfalls. When unexpected visitors arrive, escaping the crumbling society to the south, tensions rise and allegiances are divided. The harsh winter months pass slowly, and the food supply dwindles as the death toll and panic rise. But the greatest threat to the survival of the reserve might come from within the community itself." And so that really piqued my interest quite a bit. Um, also, I'm trying to remember, Margaret Pennard just had a live recently where they discussed this book, and she's a bit squeamish. There's just like certain horror she can't really get into. Maybe it's too graphic or whatnot. But she said that she was able to handle this well, and she really enjoyed the writing. And I trust her literary judgment. So mine is clearly a hit and miss at times. So if you're not really into horror, but you want to dip in, I think this would be a great choice. So everyone, since I'm not putting a video out every week, please let me know below. What music are you listening to? What books are you reading? What media are you consuming? Um, December's around the corner. Are there certain brands that also happen to be indigenous that you're going to be buying from for the holidays? Feel free to share below. This is a community space. So just sharing that knowledge really just kind of like pulls us all together, and we just keep passing it along. So remember that life is absolutely utter chaos. So be kind to yourself. be kind to others, and read more books. And more importantly, this month, read indigenously. Bye.